30 years ago, I think Alabama looked all rusty, metal, and steel.
Old buildings and not much people as there are now. They didn't have as much stuff to help people as they do now.
30 years ago, Birmingham was in a bit of a transition. What we were seeing at the time was a slow decline of some of our traditional economic centers, and we were just beginning to see the emergence of some of the more modern economic centers, such as healthcare, that are defining our landscape today.
When I came here and I joined the faculty in 1981, the medical things were predictably far behind what we were doing today. I mean, the American Heart Association was talking about diet to lower the bad cholesterol. And you know, today it's evolved to looking at things like one brave idea and $75 million to cure coronary artery disease. So things have changed a lot.
My father died at age 61 of heart disease. Back then, we thought 61 was firmly into advancing years, and now we regard it as being right in the middle of middle age. It's a disease that never takes a holiday. It's a disease that never takes a vacation. It's a disease that affects every single family in one way or another.
The decrease in mortality rate, and for instance, open heart surgery, has been greatly assisted by the Heart Association. They've contributed funds to research, they've helped gather data, they've helped train surgeons.
I started volunteering with the American Heart Association over 30 years ago. What I admire most about the American Heart Association is that you can truly see the differences being made. You see them bringing in people of all levels, people in the community, survivors. You see them bringing in researchers and physicians and community leaders, business people, all coming together to understand and support and promote the mission of American Heart Association.
The Heart Guild is a group of women in the Birmingham community that have joined together to raise funds for the American Heart Association. Well, we originally brought the heart quilt in 1993, and our goal was to have the children on the heart ward to have their thoughts and their emotions expressed in the art on the quilt. On that quilt, we lost some 15 children, and as the years have gone, probably within about 10 years of that, our subsequent heart quilts, we had no children pass away from that quilt, and it was nice to see a full quilt of survivors.
I think the American Heart Association has had a tremendous impact on improving heart health in Birmingham. Not only through the campaigns that raise awareness about warning signs for heart attack and stroke, but they've also raised the level of participation of the healthcare providers to be more progressive in fighting heart disease.
American Heart Association research has been critically important for the war against heart disease in general in Alabama. To the state as a whole, right now, I think it has about $4 million of ongoing research support.
I think the outreach and education is one of the most important things that the American Heart Association does in terms of lending their support, their knowledge base, their ability to network within the care providers in any community, not only for the prevention of heart disease and stroke, but also for the care of those that suffer from it.
293 fewer women are dying daily from heart disease. So that's a huge impact.
When our team members are well, they're able to come to work, and we have healthy corporations and we have healthy individuals. About $45 billion a year is spent on health-related issues throughout the United States. That's a lot of money.
There's no question that it takes research, it takes education, it takes communication between professionals and those who are not only receiving care, but those who love and care for those who are sick and ill.
If I could see anything happen in 30 years, I would see that there would be no more accidents or no more violence.
We're gonna have flying cars and robots around every single house in 30 years by now.
30 years from now, I hope we will have eradicated heart disease. I hope stroke will be something that's just in the distant memory of people.
I hope and pray that the health landscape in Alabama will be much better than it is today. Alabama is at the bottom of almost every list when it comes to health indices, whether they're diabetes, heart disease, obesity, and only through hard work with organizations such as the American Heart Association can we make progress in these areas.
I hope to see healthier lifestyles for all ages of the population, particularly with the very young in schools. I hope that we see children who enjoy playing outdoors again and not be attached to video games. I hope we see a lot more physical activity from all levels of the population.
We can't reach the goals and fulfill the vision without people. And so we have to have individuals stepping up to volunteer and saying, you know, I'm here, I'm available, I want to share this message. I want to make sure that we don't have people dying of heart disease that don't have to.
I have 1,000 reasons why. I guess now is why. Because today could be someone's last, and it's important to live each day as if it is your last. And if that is supporting the Heart Association, if that is loving your family, if that is becoming healthier, today's the day to do it.
My why for living a longer life is going to see American Ninja Warrior.
I would like to live a healthier life, to be 30 or older. I want to live in a longer and healthier life, because I want to stay near my friends and family.